we've asked people of all different sort of origins, ethnicities, immigrants, what they think, and we've noticed that a lot of sort of upper middle class white people say, well, it's because of the racism here. And then people who've lived abroad said, it's worse elsewhere. Would you say that South Korea, as it comes to diversity or tolerance of people, would you say it's say America's more racist than South Korea?
No. Not at all.
This one's really basic. That time of year is upon us, and we all know how the media and our representatives would describe America.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to foot.
Okay, that's cute. But I took to the streets in a very diverse area to see how Americans would describe America and their pride in it. And if there's one lesson to take away, marginalized communities, minorities, don't let old white guys speak for you. Hey, happy 4th! You have big plans? Full-time American. That sounds. You guys proud to be American?
That's it.
Yeah, there you go. God bless. Have a good 4th, man. Let me ask you, proud to be American?
Proud to be American. Well, at least I know I'm free.
You proud to be an American?
Yes, sir.
You know what? That's all we're asking people. So, greatest country in the world?
No.
All right, God bless, man. All right, so Fate and Laura.
Yes.
Right.
All right, so 4th of July, obviously I see the hat.
Yes.
Let me ask you, are you both, would you consider yourself proud to be American?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Absolutely. Why?
Because
Freedom.
I'm gonna tell you like this. We were homeless for a long time.
A long time.
And
you wouldn't recognize us.
Really?
If it wasn't for the fact, the determination, and some of the people out here helping us, giving us this, that, and the other every now and then, man, we would have drowned.
Yeah.
And
We'd
God,
still be out here.
we were blessed by an American to get moved from here to Waterloo, Iowa, with jobs, with grants.
Meats.
Tyson Meats. You went to Waterloo, Iowa?
That's where we live
Yes.
at now.
Now, let me ask you
That's
this.
where we live.
Were you nervous? That's where you live now?
Yes.
Were you nervous when you first went? Because that is, I've spent time.
Yes.
It's an incredibly white area.
We were nervous.
is.
You know what I'm telling you? What I'm talking? We were nervous because of the change we were making.
Right.
Didn't care about
It was
anything else.
hard.
Yeah.
It was hard to
It
leave.
didn't matter about anything else.
Do you like it there?
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, people there are really nice.
Yeah,
They're wonderful.
they're way beyond nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Like people will ask you, "Are you okay? How you doing today?"
And do you feel like over there in Iowa, I mean, obviously it's incredibly white because if you just look at Iowa, you know, history and farmers, and
Yeah.
it's changed a little bit. It crosses racial boundaries. People are nice there.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, it's a
They're
blue collar.
beautiful
Waterloo
people.
is a blue collar state,
Right.
city.
Yeah.
Blue collar.
Lot of
When it comes to
industries,
blue
lot of
collar,
plants.
when it comes to blue collar, man, sometimes people they don't think about anything else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the way the world should be.
Yeah.
You know, when you start thinking about color and all that kind of stuff, it changes.
Yeah.
Because then what people start thinking is that their blood is different. Their blood is a different color than yours.
Are you two a couple?
Yeah,
Are you-
that's
do you-
my
would you
wife.
mind moving in closer so that way I don't have to
This
keep
is-
doing the microphone back?
This is
Yeah.
my husband.
How long have you two been married?
4
4 years.
years.
4 years.
September 16th.
Okay, and how long have you two been together?
Ooh.
7.
7 years. Did you meet in Iowa or you met
No,
here?
we
know
met here. I came
It's a
from
funny
Las Vegas.
story.
Okay.
I got shot 5 times in my vehicle.
How did that happen?
It's a long story. It's a long story. I was trying to help somebody out, get their life back on track because I was doing really good at the time, and I tried to help them out, and they flipped on me.
And I came from Wisconsin with my mom,
Okay, I have family in Wisconsin.
and we met on the same street.
Oh, wow.
And
Little did we know 20 years prior to that, we walked the same alleys, the same streets, and all of that right
Wow.
by each other and didn't even know each other.
So you were both homeless
Yes.
at one point, and now you're doing well. You're in Iowa. You're working at Tyson Foods.
Yes.
And that's an incredible story. Let me ask you this: Do you think that's a story that maybe people need to hear a little more as far as the United States of America? Because we hear a lot of the negative, but the truth is there's no country in the world with more class mobility than the United States.
Absolutely.
And yeah, because you know what, when it comes to homeless people, sometimes people look at the drug part, the alcohol part, and all that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, there is that out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there is. Of
course.
But and when you see the same person over and over and over again asking for the same thing over and over again, of course you're gonna be like, come on, man, this is not it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, sometimes compassion comes when you get a person that never looks at a homeless because of what they heard. It's more a stereotype.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you actually give a person a chance and just reach out and say, you know what?
This is what happens.
I got 50 cents. I got $1.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I got something for
a
you
job
today.
will help.
A job will help.
And you know, it's pretty sad. Obviously, there are a lot of job programs, even here in Texas, and unfortunately, the majority of the homeless population don't show up for work
They
after the
don't take advantage
second
of
week.
it.
I'm sure you're probably aware of this.
But see, I understand that makes the other guys, or other people like us, or other people that aren't doing drugs and doing things of that nature, look
wanting
bad.
a change in their
You know what I'm
life.
saying?
Right.
You know, it's like
Yeah,
COVID
so-
hit. My husband's a hairstylist. He's been a
I've been doing
hairstylist for
25
years.
and I lost my job because of COVID. You know,
then I
You're not
lost-
styling your own
that's
hair.
how I end up. Well,
Yeah,
Well,
right.
see, the thing is I missed the spot earlier today, so don't tell nobody. No, I'm joking.
You had paper napkins on there, little spots.
He did mine.
Did you?
He did mine.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I did. But you know, we like I
And
said,
then
it
I
just,
lost my mom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
2 years ago, right after COVID, and
and it just dropped us all the way back
everything
down
just went
to
downhill.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll tell you, we have met some beautiful people all the way from here to Iowa, and it's just amazing.
And that's the only reason we came down here, because the security guards over there are awesome.
They're awesome.
There's some really good people
like
here.
The girls here,
yeah.
they
When
help
run into
so
when you
much.
run into people that work security and
Patagonia.
have to tell another person, hey, you need to get off this property, get off that property, but they still take the time to talk to you, help you out, listen to your story. If you need something, they'll be there. That's what type of that's what you need.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, and anyone out here that we're close to that took us under their wing, they knew we were homeless.
Right.
And
And they didn't judge us.
and I mean, I can just this one here, Merritt, the security, Patagonia. They
Like
were
we
all
literally
here
used to
for
push
us.
a basket.
Yeah.
With,
Yeah, I
with
was.
that little
I
dog.
sat in a grocery cart basket with my little Lizzie here.
Oh wow, that's you. Oh, okay.
That's my service animal.
Oh, she's so well behaved.
And yes,
My dog's
she
a little
is.
bigger than that. My dog is 110
And
pounds.
you know, because of the generosity and because of the encouragement and just because of the goodness in these people's hearts,
That's what makes people
we're
proud
back
to be
and
Americans.
we're back strong. And
And that's what America.
This is us.
That's what America's supposed to always be about.
This
It's
is
supposed to be
America.
looking after your fellow man.
that's what America
Well,
is.
how much do you think? You talked about being blessed.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that you guys
So
are believers.
blessed.
How much do you think that the founding Judeo-Christian principles, even though everyone is flawed, some of the founders are flawed, how much do you think that contributes to what it is that you love about America?
I think it's all about faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It
It's
really
definitely
is.
about faith. I mean, a person can look at a doorknob and say, you know what? I believe that doorknob is going to take me farther than I need. You know what I'm saying?
I had an uncle
When
who
it
thought
comes-
that. He was
yeah.
a schizophrenic, though. So.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is that how far faith goes. When
Yeah.
you believe in God and you believe in Christianity and you believe in all these
He has
different things,
opened so
then
many
you believe
doors.
so much that you just let Him have it.
Yeah.
And he closed doors.
And also
too.
your point of view. To give you an example. So, what's Lizzie's name of your dog?
Lizzie.
Okay, so I have a 110-pound dog,
Uh-huh.
and I shouldn't say he's a rescue. I took him from a family who they just couldn't take care of
She's
him
also
because
a rescue.
Okay, well he came from a good family. I want to be clear. It's just they also had another dog, but these two dogs didn't get along.
see.
So he had just been in a fight with this dog, and they had a baby, and they're both good dogs. They're like oil and water.
Right.
So I got him, and he had like cuts over his face, and his name was Lewis. And I was like, I need to change his name a little bit.
Right.
And so this goes back to the point of view. I named him Joe Lewis after my favorite boxer of all time. I said, look at him, it looks like he's just been in a fight.
Lewis, okay.
And I had one black person say, man, what is that? Are you saying that Joe Lewis is a dog? I said, no, I'm saying it's my favorite boxer, and this is my
Right.
favorite
That's the stereotype.
non-human being, sentient being on Earth.
Right.
And it's
That's exactly
an
what we're talking
honorable.
about. It's the stereotype.
Yeah, it's an honorable way.
Because this one looks this way homeless, and this
Well,
one's
it's
doing
like-
that
well,
one
see,
that
you
way.
can look at it either point of view, right?
When I look at it that way, and it goes this, and I'm saying this from both sides.
Yeah,
Sometimes people take things out of perspective.
right.
They do.
You know what I mean? They say just because you're white, you shouldn't name something like you said, Joe Lewis.
Absolutely.
He's a
Greatest
black guy.
heavyweight boxer
So
of
you
all time.
name your dog Joe Lewis. So suppose I name my dog
Lucy.
Hitler. You know what I'm saying? So what?
Right.
I'm an American. I should be able to do exactly. I mean, I'm not saying I would do that.
No.
But I'm saying
that name you can't have to scratch off the list.
As an American, and as what we were fought, what our forefathers fought for was freedom.
Freedom of
to
speech.
do and
freedom
say the things that you want. Not say pretty much,
live
but
where you want to live,
do what you want to do without being somebody
It's
saying,
the
you know what, you
American
shouldn't do
dream,
this
you know?
because of that.
And you know who
what I'm
fought for freedom? People don't realize this. Joe Louis.
Yeah.
I ask people sometimes, I say, hey, who's the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time? And the reason I actually am borderline obsessed with Joe Louis is if you listen to everyone, if you listen to Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, they go, he's the guy if you want to watch perfect form.
Right.
He had 25 title defenses.
Yeah, I know.
But he had a fight against a guy named Max Schmeling.
Yes, he
And I've
did.
he had never lost until this guy Max Schmeling, who was German, knocked him out.
Right.
And then before he was drafted, going into World War II.
Okay.
And he was having a rematch versus Max Schmeling. So everyone knows about Jesse Owens.
Right.
But people don't realize that Joe Louis was fighting Max Schmeling, and Hitler said Schmeling's going to beat, at that point said the American Negro. This is going to show the superiority of the Aryan race.
Right.
The president even said to Joe Louis, and this is before he's about to go over to war. This is the biggest selling live gate of all time. Joe Louis versus the one guy who beat his ass before. The president said, you got to win this one for the morale of the country.
You got to.
Imagine that pressure.
Right.
And the entire country. Loved Joe Louis. He was the most popular athlete, beloved athlete in the country.
Right.
And in the rematch, he knocked him out.
Right.
With that short right on the jaw. And it was a big deal to the point where they said, okay, Joe Louis, instead of putting a rifle in your hands, we'll let you go and do help morale with the troops and teach boxing,
Awesome.
which I think he earned that right.
He did
But a lot of the time when people say, and it's true, this is a flawed country and there's a history of people who are racist, but if you read Joe Louis's biography, it's fascinating. When he talks about moving from the South and moving to Detroit, he talks about how things changed and how he just felt support across the board. He's like, I met some bad people. He said, but I met mostly good people.
Yes.
And he said, you have to remember, this is the time during World War II where they all rallied behind me against
that
the white guy.
times.
Yeah.
And
many times out here.
You know what I've learned, and this one right here taught me this, is that I can't get mad at your feelings or how you feel about me.
Right.
What you say to me and how you respond to me when I'm asking for this or if I'm asking for that,
Just like I
can't get upset with that because you have that right.
Right.
And it took me a long time to realize. I used to get so mad because we were hungry and I was like, can I get some change for food and this, that, and another. No, leave me alone.
Baby
She's
boy.
been spit at. She's been...
I'm sorry, but he's one of my favorites.
Oh, is it okay? You can say so.
She's been spit at. She's been told a lot of different things, but she told me that when I stoop to their level, that makes me no better than them. So why get mad at them?
Yeah.
So I changed that, and I started saying, when people didn't respond the way I wanted to respond, I just left it alone.
Yeah.
And what happened to me is I changed.
Yeah.
And I changed, and I became the person that I was trying to make that person become.
Yeah.
And what it did is it said, you know what? I can't change the next person. I can't change the way they think, how they feel, what they say, how they say it. Because if I'm not a different person, then why should I ask somebody else to be different?
Comes down to personal responsibility and accountability. Even if other people are bad, they're going to be bad people.
That's right.
Man, I got to tell you, your story warms my heart. I'm glad to know that you two are doing better.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great 4th of July.
Oh yeah.
And was it Laura and Fate?
Yes.
Laura and Fate. All right, go spend some time there with baby boy and bye. Lexi, is it?
No, Lizzie.
Lizzie. All right. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Have a good 4th.
No problem, man.
Safe travels.
You guys, have a good one. All right, too.
We're just asking people about the 4th of July, about America. What's your name, man?
My name's Phillip Jones.
Phillip?
Phillip Jones.
Phillip, nice to meet you, Phillip. Do you mind, hey, it's the 4th of July coming up. Let me ask you proud to be an American?
Yeah.
Yeah? What makes you proud to be an American?
Well, born and raised in Seattle, Washington. And it's like, been on the streets like for 30 plus years.
Why have you been on the streets for 30 plus years, you think?
Oh, well, parents were taking my Social Security checks. So I decided if I live on the streets, nobody gets it.
Okay.
But that backfired for me because went to prison, gangs.
Yeah.
Gave up the whole criminal life in 2011.
Yeah.
Accepted Christ in prison.
Good for you, man.
And it's like 2021.
Okay.
God delivered me all the way from here, from Seattle to here.
Do you prefer it here?
It's pretty hot.
It's hot. It is hot. But people they're not all pricks. like there in Seattle. A lot of people. Well, I've spent some time in Seattle. They're not all the nicest folks.
For me, in Seattle, it's like I see more white folks in Seattle
Okay.
than I see black.
Okay.
Then I can come down here and just ask backwards and see more black.
Yeah.
And you guys are barely around.
Yeah. No, it's much more mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said you've been on the streets now for 30 plus years. You got out of the criminal life. That sounds to me like you're saying it was a choice for you to be in the streets because of your upbringing. We just spoke with Fate, and Laura. It seems like you know them, where they were also, living on the streets, and now they've, they've found employment and really kind of turned it around. Right? Do you think your next step is you're gonna get a job? And
I was in a Christian program, like a couple of Christians from Denton, Texas here, came up to Seattle on a missionary trip, rescued me and my fiance. She's still in the Christian program up from Denton.
Okay.
I got kicked out because I don't take authority with.
Man, you got it up there helping you.
Well, yeah, but when you're on the streets that long,
right?
The first program I ever been in, and I'm still in the Word though.
Yeah, still in the Word.
I got a bracelet here that says I know the plans that I have for you.
Yeah, not to hurt you, but not to harm you, but to help you. Right?
Yeah, that's in Jeremiah 29:11.
Yeah. So what do you think the plans are for you? I know you say you don't do well with authority, but
well,
it's not a good choice to stay on the streets. It sounds to me like you're acknowledging that you've chosen to.
Yeah.
And you seem like a sharp enough guy. You could go and work and not be on the streets.
Well, I'm working on my own website.
Okay. What's the website?
I need a fat bitch in Seattle. I got more.
It's funny. I need a fat bitch in Seattle. I don't know if that's a way to make a living.
I got a lot.
Just sounds like a way to find a fat bitch.
Yeah, but I got a lot of followers on the internet.
Yeah, I hope one of them's your fiance.
Well, yeah.
Is your fiance a fat bitch?
No, she ain't a fat bitch.
She can't be happy with that.
She's a big woman.
Okay. So if it's your fiance, it's a big woman. If it's a stranger, it's a fat bitch.
No, a fat bitch is a female dog.
Oh, okay. So you're looking to you're creating an animal rescue.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, that's pretty funny. But I do hope that you spend some more time with Fate and like Laura, man. I'd like to see you. Seems like you made some better choices. You're making some steps. Come on, you don't need to be here on the streets.
Yeah, I'm working on myself mostly.
Right.
And getting close to God.
Yeah. But at a certain point, too, you know what God says about a man who doesn't work. He doesn't eat.
Oh, I eat and I work.
Well, you know who really eats? Them fat bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Save them for the rest of us. All right. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have a Bible?
Oh, yeah, my back.
Okay, I was gonna say if you don't have one, we can get one for you. What can we write? Let's get your info and I know it's got to be hard to reach you probably, but is it there at the Christian work in Denton? Is your fiance someone we can reach?
Well, she's in Denton.
Yeah.
In the program, Denton Freedom House.
Okay.
And I'm always in this neighborhood.
Okay. What would you say if we were willing to maybe help find you a job and follow up with you? Is that something you'd be amenable to?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the best way for us to reach you, do you think? Is there...
I'm in this neighborhood.
Just in this neighborhood?
Yeah, the security know me.
All right. But if we do that, you're going to have, we work a job. That means there's going to be some form of authority. I know it's hard. I have a general problem with authority too, but that's why I'm my own boss now. But yeah, you got to work your way up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, man, have a good 4th. Stay in the shade, though.
I'm already black, and I'm getting darker.
What's your name, man?
I'm Sinclair.
Sinclair?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's your first name?
Yes, sir.
I've only heard that as a last name.
Yeah, there's a couple authors like Sinclair Lewis. Not Sinclair Lewis, but some other author has names for him.
Okay.
Sinclair.
I've known a lot of Sinclairs. So you said you have a family cookout 4th of July? Is that a tradition you do?
Sometimes. My brother's doing a cookout in Greenville, and so he lives in Greenville, which is upper North Texas.
Yeah.
And we used to have more cookouts when I lived in East Texas, and I would have friends come over, and it'd be a big affair with fireworks. We can't really do that because we live in the city now.
Yeah, they got the laws that they don't let you do it.
Yeah, I got some friends coming up. Also, I know we're gonna have a big dinner, but then after that, I'm gonna go up to Greenville.
Okay, what are you cooking?
No ribs, man.
Yeah. I need to go there. I don't have anything planned yet for the 4th. I've been working. Let me ask you. So 4th of July, you guys have this tradition that you do. It sounds that's what a lot of Americans do.
Yeah.
Question we're asking everyone is: you proud to be American?
Yes.
Yeah, you are. What makes you proud to be American?
Proud to be American, just because I believe this is the only country that allows you to do exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with that said, I feel like you got to start your race. Some people start their race at certain positions in life.
Yeah.
That's not fair, but it is what it is.
Right.
But you can climb up, and you really can, like, do what you need to do.
Yeah. That's a very optimistic, that's a very hopeful view, which I think is a big part of what makes America America. I mean, think about it, right? We've left with the world's most powerful nation. We were like, we're not going to do that anymore. We had no idea if this was going to work, you know? But it sounds like it's been working for a lot of people. Let me ask you this. The question is not, is it a perfect country? Because I think we both agree it's not. Would you say that the United States is the greatest country in the world right now?
Define great.
Yeah. It just means, the country you would most prefer to live in.
If that's the definition, there's only one country I want to live in, which is America.
Okay.
But I do think there are other countries that do a lot of the things better than America.
Okay.
And I hope that America can adopt some of those type of things. I think it would make our country even better.
Right.
I don't necessarily think there is the best or greatest country. And maybe if the situation was different, I could say that. But time and time again, there are just things that you like and dislike about every country, right?
Right. Yeah. But you're still proud to be American. Let me ask
100%.
you, can I ask you what you do?
I'm a video producer.
Oh, wow, video producer. Okay, so like these guys. So you're not too unfamiliar. Yeah, that's one of those things that I'm willing to bet you had to cut your teeth for a long time. Independent contractor, right? And it's kind of sink or swim. Sometimes it's feast or famine. Yeah, that means you believe in yourself, man. That's pretty. It's a tough thing to do. I know what it's like to go out there without a net and not really have a job. You know, when you're a video producer, sometimes it's just you eat what you kill.
Yeah, you got to hustle. You got to grind. You can't like rest on your laurels.
No, that's exactly right. It's sort of like with what I do sometimes when we do stand-up. I always say, look, that's a new audience. You have to start from scratch every single time. They don't know what you did, if it worked. Like your new boss doesn't know that you did a really good, let's say, short film.
Yeah.
You produced great effects last time. He's going, what are you doing now? And if you keep doing it well, like you said, you can move up. It's not flawless, but that's one thing too. I was raised in Canada that I do appreciate about the United States. I think people don't realize there's not the same class mobility as you outlined in other countries that there's in the United States. That's what makes us unique.
Yes, that is what makes us unique. It's one of the few countries where like you can start a career, stop a career, change careers, and work hard and get done. You know, I heard about this like the 1,000-hour principle.
Yeah, the 1,000-hour principle.
Yeah. Like to me, essentially, that's kind of like college for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like if you master a craft, you can find ways to make money with that craft.
Yeah.
And that's invaluable. And I really think that you can't find a lot of places. A lot of places want to keep you in a certain place, certain space, and you can't move up, like you said.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. Well, all right, man. Hey, maybe we can even get your video. Every now and then we do, unless you're working as an employee somewhere, every now and then we need independent contractors to do video stuff. Yeah, and give it there to him. He's token on. Sorry, his breath probably smells like meat, but you will too after the 4th. So.
I see, yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Sinclair.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you want to get his info? This is what we're asking everyone here. Are you proud to be American?
Absolutely.
Yeah? What makes you proud to be American?
You can walk around. You can do things like this on a Saturday without any worries, without any people telling you what to do or where you're supposed to be. You have your own free time to do things, and you can live and make money how you want.
That's a pretty good answer. Happy 4th.
I watch your channel sometimes.
Oh, do you, man? Hey, sorry. What's your name?
Joseph.
Joseph?
Yeah.
Joseph. All right, do you have 2 minutes to talk?
A little, yeah.
All right, 2 minutes. Joseph.
Look, he's gonna make me look stupid.
No,
I already know it. I already know it.
I promise you, I'm not. Come on, I don't.
I got you.
All right, so Joseph, it's just 4th of July. Happy 4th, by the way.
Happy 4th. Happy 4th.
Do you have big plans?
I do not. No, just working.
Just working. Okay. You're not gonna like grill or something? Spend some time with family, friends?
Nah. We don't really celebrate it that much. Just.
Oh, why not?
I don't know. I mean, we're Asian. We're not really in the American spirit. You know what I mean?
Okay, hold on a second. I don't know. Let me ask you this then. Are you proud to be American?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. What makes you?
To an extent, yeah. Of course, America is 100% a great country.
Right.
But then again, of course, as everyone knows, there's the highs and the lows. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean the question is not if it's a perfect country.
Yeah.
Would you say though America is the greatest country in the world? Not perfect.
That's a hard one, to be honest. I can't really give you an honest opinion on that because I'm not educated enough. I'm not gonna lie to you, so I can't say it's the greatest or it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
well,
I would say it's up there though.
Yeah, it's up. You say you're Asian American?
Yeah.
So what kind of Asian were you?
I'm South Korean.
Oh, South Korean.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So you second generation, first generation?
First generation.
So you came here from South Korea?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Ginger Snap right there. He spent a lot of time in South Korea.
Dope. Yeah.
How long did you live in South Korea?
For 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. So
Yeah.
you moved here pretty young.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask if you contrasting which one you preferred, but you really wouldn't be able.
No. So I mean, I was there when I was a little kid, and then I also went back there for middle school too.
Okay.
So yeah.
So for 2 or 3 years you went
Yeah,
back?
yeah.
And how would you compare it to the United States? Where do you prefer?
Oh, 100% the United States. I mean, I feel like just the cultural shock was very different. You know, I was just so used to living in the U.S. And then when I went back to Korea, it was just a totally different thing.
And this is good Korea too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
so I mean, that says a lot. Like,
yeah, I mean, I feel like Korea is a very like good place to like, you know, tour and everything. You know, just to, like, you know, have fun and all that. But like to go to school and all that, no, I wouldn't say.
What do you mean as far as like culture shock?
Well, one, like, you know, they would still hit you, or at least like the school that I went to. You know, if you're running in the hallways, they'd stop you, boom,
Hit you?
yeah, and stuff like that. You know, it just wasn't what I was like really used to. And then also like, if a guy is just like 1 year older than you, like, you know, like the respect that you have to treat him with is very different. Like, you know, here in the U.S. you could treat, you know, each other with respect, you know, no problem. But over there it's like more of a, they look down on you just because they're older than you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, you know, I really not like that at all.
The guy who just hit you is looking down on you.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, that's like the teachers would hit me, and then there's
Yeah.
like this one guy that's like a grade above me, just like, you know, just shove you around, you know, treat you like nothing and shit.
And would you say it was because South Korea? You know, a lot of people sometimes we've asked quite a few people here today about the United States. And it's interesting because you lived in South Korea for two separate spells of about 3 years. We've asked people of all different sort of origins, ethnicities, immigrants, what they think, and we've noticed that a lot of sort of upper middle class white people. So it's because of the racism here, and then people who've lived abroad said, it's worse elsewhere. Would you say that South Korea, as it comes to diversity or tolerance of people, would you say it's as say America's more racist than South Korea?
No. Not at all. Dude, oh my God. So my parents are actually, so I tell them all the time, but they are very racist. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so they work, or they used to work at a beauty supply.
Yeah.
You know, so the people who would come in, you know, that, you know, African Americans, you know, would be the majority of the people that come in. And so they just have like this, like, you know, set, you know,
right,
mindset on African Americans. And I always tell them, like, you know, like, no, it's not like that, blah, blah, blah. Right. But, you know, even in the streets, I would say South Koreans are pretty racist to other races.
And it's very diverse here in the United States. And so no one's saying there is no racism.
Yeah.
But maybe you would say that maybe sometimes Americans take it for granted that we have people of so many different creeds and don't realize how. It was a leading question. I know that in a lot of Asian countries, they can be pretty racist.
Of course, yeah, 100%, yeah. I mean, yeah, America, 100%, I would say, is probably the most diverse country that we have. But then again,
you feel like people have been pretty accepting of you here as an Asian American?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, when I was growing up, not really.
No.
Yeah, you know, of course, got bullied. You know, the whole chink eye, stuff like that. But I mean, the more that you grow up, I guess, like, you know, I just got used to it. Yeah. Kind of just like, you know, let it by, you know.
Right. Yeah. So individual racists, so maybe like, because I was bullied too, but that's because I was an idiot. So, you know, they didn't have a racism thing. I was like, I can't fall back on saying it's because of my race. Yeah. It's just they don't like me. But would you say probably overall more forgiving than maybe how South Koreans might be to someone like, let's say, an African American living there in their schools?
I feel like, okay, so South Koreans come to the U.S., they have this mindset on African Americans, but let's say an African American goes to South Korea, they look at the African Americans as like exotic. They're like, wow. Like, you know, I wouldn't say like in Korea, like if an African American goes to Korea, I don't think they would get, you know, treated bad.
Right.
But, you know, yeah.
What about a Chinese person in South Korea? No, that'd be fine?
Yeah.
What about like Japanese Korea?
Same thing, yeah. Same thing, yeah.
There's no infighting there?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say like, you know, if anyone goes to South Korea, I've never seen a problem. I've never heard of a problem. I'm pretty sure there are, of course.
Right.
You know, me personally, I've never heard of anything. But, you know, South Koreans coming to the U.S., seeing, you know, the stuff that goes down.
So it's more determined by experience sometimes.
Of course, yeah.
And then unfortunately sometimes that leeds to a negative viewpoint that may not be accurate, but it's based on some personal experiences. Now, look, the good thing is you're more American than Korean in a lot of ways. You can work on your parents a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, I try my best. I really do.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. We have some Koreans who work for us, and he's like, my parents, like, oh my gosh, sometimes depending on which girl I would bring home, he's like, they would throw a fit.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I don't really experience that really with my family. I was like, oh my God, my parents never really cared. But he was like, oh no, it's a big difference. There's a hierarchy. Yeah. I didn't know. He schooled me on all of this. I was an ignorant white American. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I can't really. Yeah, happy Fourth. Well, find some time for yourself and family. Thanks, man. There you go. Just more proof that one side of the country, namely those in power and the media, want us divided. If they just leave us alone, we'll get along and realize that America's a pretty good place. Hey, if you like this video, hit that notification bell up there, or subscribe, or share this, right? Isn't that right, Dave?
Smash that like button and share it.
What are you wearing there? That's nice.
Oh, this is, I found it in the trash.
Yeah, also known as?
Your shirt.
Crowdershop.com, which is where you can go and support, and we keep the overstock in the trash.
It's for people who are little.
Yeah.
He says I haven't earned it yet because I ain't grown all the way.
By the way, if you find Hunter Biden's gun in there, just let it be.